What's good, y'all? Y'all tuning into the hot seat, the hottest seat in the city. And I'm your host, Shooter Saya. I know y'all haven't heard from me from a while, man. Had a lot going on. My mom graduated.
Shout out Miss Crystal.
Shout out to Mom's. Her birthday was next week, so we was getting turned for that. Just been having a lot going on. Finally moved uptown and everything.
Hey.
Got my whip back on the road, so we good. So back on the hot seat. But I'm here today with one of the biggest sneaker plugs and streetwear plugs in the city, and my homeboy, Easy. My boy going up, he making major moves, making real boss moves, man. So had to bring him on the show. What's good with you, man?
Facts.
His family's my family, so before I could remember, this man's closet was always a Foot Locker.
Hey,
always
collector first, man. That's kind of what started the whole thing, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Big collector.
When did you actually get started?
Well, so when I moved down here, that's when I met y'all in 6th grade. So, and by y'all I mean, shout out KF1, y'all know.
Sure, gang.
That's our homies. But yeah, that's when I started collecting heavier. I always liked, like Nike shoes and stuff like that, like every kid. But then I started collecting once I got to Charlotte.
For sure. So I knew since we were kids, I was like, man, this dude got endless shoes, never running out, and now it's actually turned into business for you.
Right,
so how's that?
Right. So in middle school, my parents, they weren't one to, pay for all the shoes. They blessed me with a lot of other stuff, but then when I wanted to start collecting something that I didn't really need, it wasn't a necessity, I, started having to find a way. So I started reselling shoes. I get 2 pair of the same ones, and I'm kind of just doing that on the side, not taking over my life, but just kind of a side hustle.
Right, for sure. And now you're getting into the streetwear too, right?
Right.
Not just the shoes.
Kind of like the Supreme, the Bape like you got on.
Yeah. He put me on with these shorts.
Yeah, the Kappa shorts.
Check me out.
Hey.
I shop with my boy E.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you right.
Vintage, all that. We like all of that.
Sure. The few major moves you've been making. I know AllStar Weekend was just the other week. You were out there heavy.
Yeah, so we were blessed in Charlotte, to get the AllStar Weekend to come here for the NBA. But yeah, Nike, my boy John, he knows, but Nike reached out to me and was like, they're having a special event with the female quotient. So they were having a bunch of guest panels, panel speakers, things like that, like booths where you could go sample products,
right,
stuff like that. And I was working with the Nike sneakers app and Jordan brand
that's
team.
That's big, sure. Yeah. So you were actually called on by Nike,
Yeah, so they called on my boy John, and he picked out 4 people from the city that kind of embodied a culture. So.
Right. People don't believe me, but I really think we're gonna get the Super Bowl. I really think they're gonna bring the Super Bowl to Charlotte. I'm calling it here now. You heard that?
Hey, they say we're growing fast.
Right. So you heard that here. I see Super Bowl coming to Charlotte soon.
Hey, I believe it.
That would be crazy. But dude, a lot has changed. It's just crazy to see everybody growing up, seeing us all do our thing, go in our different lanes. It's still tying everything together. It's just a blessing to see.
It's crazy how ball started it all,
Right.
That's kind of what started everything.
It's really a lot of people.
Especially for me, even with collecting, it started with LeBrons and Kobe's. Everybody remembers back in middle school and all
right.
The Big Bangs and the Galaxies and all
that. was definitely the best era for shoes, for sure.
Jordans and all that.
So I see you got 2 pairs of shoes here.
Yeah.
Nike ID.
So basically, it's not the most valuable shoe in my collection by any means, but it probably means the most to me.
Right.
When my papa got cancer back in early high school, I designed these KD4s. They are a Nike ID, as you can see. Then on the inside, I kind of just wrote a note. It says "Love you, Pop Tart." It was just a little joke. Me and my cousin Jack, we called him Pop Tart, and it kind of stuck. So
I didn't even peep that you made those for. I didn't even peep that you did the colorway with Pop Tarts. So that's dope. Definitely dope.
Right.
What would you say is your best shoe that you ever copped, or your favorite shoe?
The best shoe. I don't know, probably the off-white Chicago ones. That's the ones that everybody you know, dying to have.
Definitely cold.
I got lucky with those on a raffle, so.
Sheesh, and I know the raffles are tough.
Yeah, you never win those.
Especially for the off-whites.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I actually brought some, one of my better pairs right here.
Okay, let's check them out.
If you know this box.
Oh, yeah.
You might know this box, you might not, but.
I'm gonna let y'all see him.
Yeah, this is Travis Scott, so.
Cactus Jack.
All the, you know, special details. And then, there you go.
Man, how much you say those go for?
I see she said she don't like them.
Crazy, those are nasty.
Yeah, I don't know. See, these are going for about 800 to 1,000 right now. So
that's rent, car note, some more.
Something funny about it is, well, everybody knows Travis Scott is called Cactus Jack, but
yeah, shout out to Cactus Jack.
Yeah, man. Shout out Travis Scott. You got to get him on the show.
Still bumping Ash.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, it's a seat, man.
Get on the hot seat, Travis. But yeah, it's got a little stash pocket around the whole top of the shoe. If y'all can see that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's for whatever you think it's for. I don't know. You can check them out if you want.
Yeah, let me hold those one time. Run off with them.
I'm a big Air Max head though. Personally, like I got the off-whites on feet, so.
Yeah, I remember when you had the Vapor Max heavy too.
Right.
Oh, that was cold.
Right, got the off-whites on feet. This is something every day. I'd rather wear Air Max.
Everyday wear.
You know. Shout out Virgil.
Easy. Now you what are you working on up and coming? You got any collabs coming with people, or anybody you trying to work with in the city in particular?
Yeah, so I have a brand called Know Your Worth. I've made a hat so far. I just made accessory pieces like a bag as well.
Sure.
I made a couple but not released the bags. But the hats are sold out, so I'm trying to get a shirt going. Odd, our boy Odd, he's starting a line called Aurora.
Shout out Aurora, shout out my boy Odd.
Yeah, we're trying to get in there and make a collab with that.
So y'all gonna be working together on some pieces?
Yeah, hopefully soon. It's in the talks.
All right, and you know when y'all drop them, I'm gonna be
right. Everybody on the hot seats got to get in the Know Your Worth. And Aurora, but everybody.
Well, y'all check out my boy E. Check out that Know Your Worth. With you just getting more into streetwear, what would you say is your favorite streetwear? Like Babe, Supreme?
All right. Well, what I collect the most or have the most of is probably Supreme. I have a decent bit of Babe as well. I respect both of those brands. Like they're both.
Yeah, they're like neck and neck.
They're like bigger than streetwear now. Right. It's like you see like.
I guess you could say that.
You see like high-end rappers and high-end like celebrities. You know, everybody wearing, you know, Supreme, especially when Supreme got Louis Vuitton, like collabs and stuff.
They started collabing.
Yeah, that's a little, it's higher than streetwear right there. But yeah, I'd probably say Supreme is what I collect the most, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, Supreme is definitely clean. But are there any like consignment stores that you work closely with, like Social Status or?
So I get a lot of shoes from Social Status. Actually, that's one of our hometown stores here in the 4. But yeah, if I go out of state, I'm probably gonna go to Round 2. Shout out the homies at Round 2. That's the thing. Like no matter where you went to college or where you go to college, like you still can meet people you would have never met. And that's the thing with I go to Charlotte. For those that don't know, but. I've met some great people there that I'll have them for the friends for the rest of my life. So
right.
It's
definitely,
it's awesome.
Now I've known Easy E for a long time, man. Back to the Sandbox AAU days, growing up together, just 16 kids in the house after playing a basketball game, just going crazy.
Right.
But tell us about your story before I met you. Like, where'd you live at? Where'd you grow up at, and stuff like that?
Right. So, well, I'm from High Point, North Carolina. So it's about an hour and some change from here. But
shout out High Point.
Yeah, 336. But yeah, so I'm from there, and my family lives in Winston, so that's kind of where it all started for me. I've been lucky. I've lived in St. Louis. My dad's got a lot of family, Washington, so I've been able to go out there, and it kind of feeds into my passion, like with Nike being out there.
Definitely in Oregon, right?
Yeah, my aunt worked with Nike, so I've been able to go to the employee store,
dope,
things like that. So
All right, man. Well, there you have it on another episode of The Hot Seat with my boy Easy E.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for coming to check me out, bro.
Appreciate you having me, man. It's a pleasure being on The Hot Seat.
Most def. Go ahead and drop your Twitter and your Instagram. Let the people know where they can find you.
All right. Well, IG is probably the best place to follow me. So ETHAN _ GOUDEE.
All right, y'all hit up my boy. Get plugged in with all that gear, all that good gear.
Get right.
And we'll catch y'all next time on The Hot Seat, man.